What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phase 6, your source for music, business, motivation, and support. It's your boy, Sirr Love, coming back at you again. Guys, I have eight reasons why you're not getting signed and you're not getting the look that you want. Maybe you don't want to get signed. Maybe you just want this one radio station to play your records, or this DJ to rock with you, or this manager to put you on, this production company to work with you, whatever it is. I got 8 reasons why these individuals aren't working with you, so that you can think about these 8 reasons and figure out what you need to do to get beyond this point. All right, so let's jump into it. Number 1, maybe the person that you're trying to work with isn't focused on bringing on a new artist right now. It could be because they have their own artists that they're working on. They have other projects that they're trying to get out that they haven't succeeded yet. Maybe they have 10 new artists they just brought on and not trying to rock with you, or 10 new producers or whatever. Or maybe they're just trying to distance themselves from new projects in music. Maybe they want to diversify and go into other different areas. And right now, whatever you're doing isn't the focus. It doesn't mean that you're not talented, that you're not great. But if a person is not focused on that right now, then they're not going to stop what they're doing and focus on something that they're not tripping about. Think about it. You know, people that are on like women, because there's a lot of artists, you know, that are kind of like men chasing them, trying to get on. And a lot of times you feel some type of way when you get rejected by these individuals, but it's not always on you. Sometimes they just don't have the focus, all right? Number 2 is that their system just can't handle a new opportunity. Like, I want to think about this. Like, I want to use QC as an example right now. QC is killing the game. They got Migos out there doing their thing. They got Yachty out there doing their thing. They got a couple other artists that are coming up that are doing their thing, right? And right now, as an organization, they have a very small footprint. And by footprint, I mean they got a very small staff, right? They're doing this stuff independently. They did leverage some major deals and things of that nature, but from a team standpoint, they have a few great players that are amazing at what they do, and it's likely that those individuals are really overloaded with what they have taken on already. So before you see an organization like that do this huge influx of pushing out all these artists, like you saw Bad Boy do back in the day, going back to Diddy, or going to like what No Limit was doing, or Cash Money was doing, where they're throwing all these different artists out there. This organization is saying, let's focus, let's beam in. We got a certain amount of things that we're working on right now. Let's get this together. We are at capacity, right? That's how I feel about Atlanta right now. Everyone's trying to move to Atlanta. The traffic's getting crazy. We're at capacity right now. We don't need nobody else. Don't move here. I'm just playing around. All right, number 3, the organization specializes in a different direction than what you bring to the table. For example, another company I love talking about, Scott Borchetta with Big Machine Records. These guys specialize in country. Now, they're amazing. They can do a whole bunch of different things at a huge scale. I even think they have a gospel artist over there. I'm not sure. Don't quote me, but I think it's like gospel country. Anyway, they focus and they have a sheer determination and ability to succeed in this particular area. You may be the dopest pop star in the world and say, hey, they got Taylor Swift, they should be able to put me on too. But maybe the methodology in which they work and their structure goes through a certain channel that's conducive to country, and they may not be able to adequately put you in there. Like, let's look at a Cash Money, for example. When they had, I believe his name was Kevin Rudolph, the rock guy. And let's throw his name on the screen just in case I messed it up. This is off the top. But I think if you look at the machine, Cash Money Records did not have a history of breaking rock artists. Therefore, when they brought this artist on, they were trying to do something different. Remember we talked about before, maybe they're differentiating. They want to try new things, so they're not taking on new rappers. Well, right now, they wanted to take on a rock artist, and they weren't able to truly reach the success they wanted to reach in that particular space, because that's not what they do. They didn't make whatever changes necessary to migrate and be successful in that particular area. So sometimes you may be approaching someone that recognizes that you think that I'm good at this because of who I am. And I'm not going to tell you that this ain't what I do. I'm just going to kind of push you away because I know that I can't handle this and go to where you want to go, because this isn't what I do. I'm not in this space. What I do is A, B, C, and D. You want me to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm sorry, this ain't a Jackson 5 song. They don't go together. All right, moving on to the next. Number 4, your team is not strong enough to rock in this environment. What does that mean? It means that in order to be successful in this environment, you have to have a certain amount of things that are already taken care of. You have to have a certain pieces that are already working. Like in most record label scenarios, they're not trying to be off in the club, building relationships with the DJs and got people on the streets with flyers and hanging posters up. And they're not really as active in those areas anymore. There's a lot of things that they're just not great at, right? They like to stay From here up, everything below, you got to handle on your own. So even if you're amazingly talented, but you can't handle all of this without them, then they're either going to do one or two things. They're going to put you with another company assigned to them that's great at those things, or they're going to say, you're amazing, but we can't deal with it because your team isn't strong enough to survive in this situation. You also see that with managers. You see that with DJs. You see that with all sorts of people. A lot of people don't want to believe in you based off of talent alone. They want to know that your business savvy is going to get them to, or get you to where you need to be. Because if I, as tastemaker of whoever, right, let's say I'm a DJ that plays the hottest club in the city and I'm on a radio station and I have the potential to break you, right? When I put my name on you, I'm saying this kid has it all. He has the whole package, right? And when this kid fails, everyone looks at me like, oh man, you don't know what you're talking about, which is bad for me. And it taints my name. And so now when I go to submit the next kid, people are already looking at me like, what happened to the last kid? So it may not be your fault. The reason that I, as this DJ, believed in this kid is because this kid was talented, but the kid didn't fail because of talent. Kid failed because his business team wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. And it takes way more than talent to be successful. So overall, the whole campaign failed. Overall, I still look bad. Right? So I'm not putting my name on nothing unless I know that y'all got y'all ish together. Y'all got y'all money right. Y'all not gonna run out of money somewhere along the way and everything falls apart. You got people that are trustworthy. No one's gonna get the money, run off, and then everything falls apart. You don't have people that don't know what they're doing, so that you're trying to figure it out and everything's going the wrong way, looking all sorts of crazy. If I'm putting my name on it, I'm putting my name on the whole thing. So is your team strong enough to leverage a relationship with the person you're trying to leverage with? Because if they don't do all the other things above whatever point for them, right, then they're not going to get involved in you with you if you don't have it. All right. Number 5, they don't feel motivated or passionate about your project. At the end of the day, this is a passion game. People get excited. It takes a lot of endurance to really make it in this game. You go through a lot of trials and tribulations. All you guys out there, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of days you wake up and you don't want to do this no more. You want to quit. You're like, man, F this. Why is it so difficult? The politics and the music creation and people tripping about money and people not having money and me not having money and blah, 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 right? There's so much crap that goes into this. It takes a lot of mental fortitude and endurance to go to where you want to go. And in order to overcome the challenges, you need to have passion. You need to be motivated to be a part of this thing. And so even if you're the most talented person in the world, if what you do doesn't motivate this person, if they don't see passion in it, maybe it normally comes down to a few things. Maybe they see a piece of them inside of you and that gets them motivated. Maybe they've always wanted an artist just like you and that gets them motivated. Maybe they feel like this particular part of the industry is suffering and if only there was an artist that could do this and that artist is you, and now they're motivated. Whatever it is, sometimes they're motivated by artists that aren't even the most talented people out there. It has nothing to do with that. What it happens to do with that individual feeling passionate and motivated about you. And if they don't, it's not gonna go anywhere. And that's just what it is, because when it comes time to really go hard, they're not gonna have the gas in them to go hard. They have what it takes to make a couple phone calls, push and contact that person, that person, but they don't wanna do the work because they don't believe, or they're not motivated to, or they're not passionate. And they may be motivated and passionate about all these other things. You may see them being so successful and going hard in all these other areas, but not with you. It may be a character flaw in you. They may not just be motivated. This is a long video, but we're gonna keep going. On to the next. Number 6, your talent does not meet the level of influence that the person that you're trying to approach requires. That was complicated. Let me break that down. Your level, like, okay, there's different levels of performance, right? Just think about performance alone. You have a person that can spit bars, like, I'm gonna use rap as an example. I can associate it with singing too, but let's say you have a person that can just really spit bars, like outside in the gym, you know what I'm saying, on the corner, in the lunch cafeteria, or some girl that can just sing her ass off outside in a talent show, whatever. That's one skill set, right? Then you move up to another skill set of, can you perform in the booth? Like, do you have mic control? Like, do you need all these different effects and shit to get your stuff across? Like, can you compress your own voice? Do you know the sweet spot on the microphone? Like, all these basic things that come with recording that you have to practice and get better at, and learning how to become a studio artist. Are you there? Just because you have this doesn't mean you have that. Then it's, oh man, can you perform? Can you get the crowd excited? Can you do this? Can you do that? Boom. Oh, can you perform at the Grammy level? You know, I know you're not on the Grammy stage, but in the intermediate sections of the Grammys, when the cameras go off and there's commercials playing, there's normally a band or some live person playing in that environment. Are you at that level? There's all these different levels, right? You have people that win Grammys and most of you guys don't know who they are, right? It's all these different levels to the game, and different people play at different levels. And if you're not at the level that the person is that's trying to work with you, they might not have the time to build you up to get you there. So they might not be sitting there saying, hey man, I'm gonna help you come up. Yeah, let me help you record your first album for the first time. Oh, you great at freestyling, but you've never learned how to write a song? Let me sit down and help you like Dr. Dre did Snoop Dogg. Let me help you frame your songs. And this is 16 bars, and this is a chorus, and there's a group of people that say, F that. If you don't know that already, I don't want to work with you. Just being 100. So it depends on your skill level and if it meets the level of the person that you're going to be working with. Number 7, you have bad energy. You'll be surprised how much you can get in this game by just being a good person with good energy, being likable, being a person that people want to rock with, want to deal with, want to talk to, want to do business with. You know how sometimes you get those calls from someone and you look at your phone and you know you're free. You know you're good right now, but you don't want to talk to them. It's not that they have something negative to say. You just don't feel like dealing with this person for whatever reason. That person obviously doesn't have good energy, because you know when you pick up the phone, you're going to deal with something that you don't want to deal with right now. Even if it's something that's simple that you know I could deal with right now, the person's not going to deliver it in a way that's going to make you feel good, so you ignore it, right? You can easily be that person. In this game, I am completely surprised how often we get free looks, how often we get opportunities to get extra money or extra opportunities to do new things or get on different stages or whatever, just off the strength that they like my energy, or they like the artist's energy, or they like someone on my team's energy. I used to get kicked out of the studios, right, because my energy was wrong. And I wasn't even doing anything. I used to walk in the room and just kind of stand there and lean against the wall and be quiet and just listen to the music, and next thing you know what I'm saying, Dream is like, who's this nigga? Get him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just your energy. Sometimes it's not even stuff that you say, it's how you carry yourself. It's the weight of the world that you bring with you in the places that you go. Get that together, because that can be the reason that prevents you from getting in a lot of doors or getting people to want to work with you, because you're not likable. You're just not likable, and you have bad energy. Number 8 is understand that out of everything that I just said, the only thing that really applied to you is the last one about energy, which means that somewhere around 70, maybe 80, 90% of the reasons why a person doesn't want to deal with you has nothing to do with you. So keep going, keep pushing, keep working forward. Understand that this person may not be the best person for your career. I remember I listened to an interview that Diddy did when he was talking about how he had the opportunity to start off with Def Jam, and he went and met Lear Cohen. And if you know anything about Lear Cohen, you know this is a real aggressive dude. He's a real tall, big dude, real aggressive, curse you the F out, and he's very direct and blunt. But overall, he's broken a lot of careers. People have mixed feelings about Lear Cohen, but Diddy got to be in there when Lear was cursing somebody out, this, that, and the third. And guess what? He was like, I don't want to rock with this person. Then he went over there to Uptown and met that whole energy and was like, man, I like this energy. I like this place. I like the situation. And boom, he changed the music industry, and he did it over there at Uptown when he could have done it at Def Jam, right? It's just things that you guys got to recognize. Like even when I listened to the Chris Lighty story, and he was talking about how he met Russell Simmons and how he didn't rock with the energy and how, like different things of that nature. But at this point, that's Russell and I'm just Chris Lighty. So I guess I got to deal with it. But energy is so freaking important. If a person of importance doesn't like your energy, they're not going to rock with you. But understand that most of the reasons people don't rock with you ain't got nothing to do with you. Sometimes your team ain't right. Sometimes your talent just ain't where it needs to be. Sometimes you just got to keep working. No one's going to do the work for you. Like, it's a lot of work, and no one's going to work harder than you work for yourself. If I outwork you, then I don't want to work with you, because this is about you. You get all the money, bro. From a management standpoint, from a label standpoint, all these different standpoints, they get a percentage of what the artist has. So if the artist isn't working, then my percentage is going to be smaller, because you ain't about shit, right? So work and keep going and keep pushing and stop asking for handouts. Make yourself great and then make deals. Don't ask, make deals. It's different. I don't need to ask you, I want to make a deal. Why can I make this deal? Because I put in enough work for us to mutually benefit each other versus me to beg you to put me on, right? I want to end it with that. All right, I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a little and a little about a lot, and I give you guys everything I got every time I jump in front of this thing. This is a long video. Please click the 6 to subscribe, tell your friends about me, share this, pass this on. Feels like we live in a time period where people don't want to share because they don't want to mess up the flow of their page or my Instagram or whatever the F. Share this, you know what I'm saying? Let other people know this information exists. I'm out of here.